Test, test, test. Test. Morning, John.
Good morning, Brent.
You want to wipe your glasses with this?
Yeah. Yes, please. Let's see. Morning, John. Morning, Brent. Lynn.
Good morning, Lynn.
John, I know that you go to Plainfield after you leave here, but you're about the only person I know who wears a tie to go to church on Zoom. I'm impressed.
Oh, well, I go to Mooresville actually, but yeah. Actually, it's a little chill in the house today, so I've been holding off on turning the heat on.
Yeah. Stephen. We used West Newton's Zoom yesterday for USFW. It worked really well. Good. Do you have your sound, or do I have mine on? Something I'm
I
here.
went on mute.
Well, it makes it handy for us to have that available. Yeah, I'll be booking next spring's meeting on there too, sometime fairly soon. Good. Hey, Chipper.
Hey, Brent, can you hear me?
Yes.
Woohoo!
Loud and clear. That's
You've
great.
been healed. Troy got my computer fixed.
All right.
Yay. Well, you can lead worship again sometime soon.
Okay. Sounds good.
So, Steve, when will harvest start?
We're going to try either corn or beans this coming week.
Really? Okay.
Yes. Yep. So,
I know the field next to us, the bean field, is getting pretty yellow and brown.
yes. Yeah, it looks like things are ready, especially with the streak of dry weather we've had and predicted to be dry for another week or so.
How's it look for harvest?
Looks good, but you never know until you actually get into it.
I harvested milkweed seed yesterday.
Oh, did you?
You and the monarch butterflies, like those milkweeds.
I got a nice crop of it.
Yeah, I want to plant some back along our creek, but I haven't gotten that done yet.
I can give you some seeds.
I'm going to be doing some coneflower seeds and then tallgrass prairie seeds when it dries out a bit more. Walk through the prairie and with the paper bag and collect those seeds and put them where the grass is thinnest. I'd be happy to have some seeds, Chip. That'd be great.
Okay, good. I know where you live.
Yes, you do.
We've thought for years we should find alternative crops, and the ones we've thought of are marijuana and sunflowers. And unfortunately, you can get marijuana anywhere nowadays, and so the profit's gone out of that crop. So maybe we'll try sunflowers.
Hi, Christy.
Morning. Ready for the wedding?
What wedding?
Yeah, that's right.
I've got my part ready.
Yeah, I bet you do. Yours has probably been done for years.
No.
Just change the names.
No, I personalize every one. So it's
I know you do. That's why we're having you do it.
been a good week.
Getting married.
Yeah, Christy's daughter's getting married this weekend.
Emily's getting married next Saturday.
Congratulations.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Morning, Sue.
Good morning.
Thanks, Sue.
Well, today is my daughter Melissa's birthday.
Oh,
Ah,
She
birthday,
is
Melissa.
42 today.
okay.
42. Man.
42.
well, tell her happy birthday.
We will.
Yeah. Happy birthday.
So, Christy, what's happening with the symphony?
Well, they're going to have, did you get your newsletter?
No,
Oh.
for some reason, I'm not getting them.
Send me, let me check your email and see if it's on there. Anyway, I just did my last one. I'm not going to do it anymore because Emily's going to be taking my, well, it's hers, computer, and I'm going to have my old computer. I'm not sure if it's going to work, but they're launching on Facebook. Are you on Facebook, Sue?
I can be.
You can. Well, on the Facebook page, they're going to have a live stream concert Friday night, which was not timely for me because I'll be at the wedding rehearsal. But they're just doing some music. Amy, her husband, her daughter, Albert Lilly. Seems like there's somebody else. Somebody else is playing a flute. So it's all orchestra. We won't be singing for probably ever. So the choir's not going to be back, but that's what's happening.
Good.
Yeah, I don't think we'll be back to concert halls for a while, but
That's too bad, but
yeah.
that's
mhm. Yeah, so if you go to the website, Sue, Maestro keeps a lot of things on there
okay.
as he changes his mind.
Brent, did you get any other responses from people about meeting in person at West Newton or not?
Yeah, there was one person who was for it and everybody else thought we ought to play it safe for a while longer. So we will proceed through October at least, and maybe longer.
Well, if it encourages anybody to come back sooner, I'll let you know that there is a 150-gallon watering tank for cows in Mills Hall.
Oh,
Okay,
I think it's being used for baptism.
right.
So if you feel so inclined, now's the time to put your name in to be baptized.
Neil would be happy to do it. Yeah, I saw some photographs from on Facebook of them doing some baptisms. So
Right. Meeting
Yeah,
house
he
seems to
probably-
be in good shape. So I try to make 2 visits a week and get the mail for Sue and the bills for Sue and kind of check out the building. So.
did we ever get the furnaces replaced?
No.
Okay. I'd assumed we hadn't since we hadn't heard, but
No, I've corresponded with Jeff Bailey a couple times, and he's just been extremely busy. Actually, with COVID-19, they have been able to go into places and do work that they might otherwise have not done because of people being there. But since places are now empty, they're actually doing a lot of work. So.
Yeah.
He also has not fixed one of the heaters in my shop either for a year, so been busy.
Well, it's glad he has work.
Good morning, Nancy.
Morning. Hi, Nance.
Oh, here's the cattail.
John, have you talked to Norman Connell this week
Have not
or heard anything?
seen him this week. Last week he was doing reasonably well at church. He had had a treatment the week before and they lowered the dosages some and he seemed to be responding better. Now I didn't talk to him in detail, but that's what I saw last week. So I was going to try and talk to him a few minutes at church today.
Okay, well, I talked to him a week ago and your assessment that he was better than he had been, it was accurate. I've just not talked to him this week.
Yeah.
Morning, Dan.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, Dan. Morning, Norma.
Hi.
Norma. Sounds like John Boy.
I haven't heard anything on Dinah. Has anybody else?
This is Dinah who just joined us down here with the phone number.
Oh, okay.
I'm here. I've lost my voice for some reason. But never mind.
Come around this side.
I'll speak for Dinah since she's lost her voice. I talked to her yesterday. She's doing much better with this knee replacement than with the last one.
Oh, good.
That's good.
Morning, Chris.
So it'll go up.
Chris looks angelic with the halo behind her.
Oh, yeah.
We're trying to rectify that situation. How's that? That's more like.
I don't think that's ever been said before, but thank you.
Is that Caroline that just joined us?
Yes, it is.
Thought so. Welcome.
Thank you.
What's that say?
On the classes.
You know, with this many people, we should have an offering plate to pass. You do that virtually. Hold your credit card up to the screen.
I'll donate some cryptocurrency. Backgrounds.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Hear it? So you get Lynn and Steve.
So Caroline, have you started harvesting your down corn yet?
No, we ran ours out, and ours doesn't look too bad.
Good.
There's some that's down, but just north of us, 8 miles, it's starting, it's bad.
Yeah, I watched some of the Farm Progress show online this week, and some of the corn they were harvesting was you couldn't see where the rows were.
Yeah, it's devastating. I can't imagine what some of the farmers are going through.
Are you in the area that's dry? I know part of Iowa, especially the western part, was pretty dry.
Western is really, really bad. Not last week, but the week before, over a week's time, we got over 5 inches of rain.
Oh.
So it rained every day. But so I think it all sunk in because the rivers aren't up.
Mm-hmm.
we've seen people out picking corn, so and some soybeans even.
Mhm.
So, how's it going out there?
A few people have started harvesting. We're going to start probably tomorrow. But we had plenty of rain early on, but it's been dry for several weeks.
Yeah.
We're very dry. Creeks are dry.
Yeah.
Last week when he was talking about the farm. Dad was always a farmer.
Welcome,
I
everyone.
downloaded it off the internet, a nationwide drought index map, and it's pretty scary.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah.
I just can't imagine West Coast
Mhm.
is just devastated out there.
Right, right.
Welcome to everyone. It's time to begin. We've had our farm reports and other news. Are there joys, concerns to share before we enter into some silence?
I appreciate this is Dinah. I appreciate everybody's prayers, and there are good days and bad days, but like Lynn said, overall it was much better than last time. So I appreciate it. Thank you.
She didn't.
Lucy says she's getting stronger.
Yep, up north.
Her voice isn't, but she is.
So it lasts for days.
Christy, you want to share the big news that you have for this coming weekend? Christy Rubin? Well, Christy's daughter's getting married. So, yeah.
Sorry, I'd already muted myself. Yes, Emily, my daughter's getting married this Saturday, and Brent will be marrying them. So we're excited about this week. It's very busy. The kids have moved to their apartment, and they live across from Brebeuf off 86th Street in a really nice apartment. So I'm psyched for them, but I have an empty house now, so that's an adjustment.
Did they take the rabbits?
No, I'm on rabbit duty for another 2 weeks. One rabbit died last in the spring, but Roxy's still hopping around. She's really a good little bunny. Still hopping. So.
How your number? Didn't you have an appointment this week?
Who, me?
Yes, Hamburger.
Yeah. I talked to Dr. Farag this week, and all the blood numbers are where they were expected to be. And his usual question is, so you feel all right? Which, you're kind of at a loss as to really how to answer that. The hairdo is barely coming back. It takes almost a week to feel a little bit of stubble. So another couple of weeks of that, and you should be back to shaving a haircut on a regular basis. But I'm feeling good.
Let's hold these joys and concerns in God's love and light as we go into some silence. I'm the worship leader this morning, so I'll speak as I feel led out of the silence. If you'd put yourselves on mute, and if you can't do that, I can do that for you. If in the silence you feel led to speak, then please just unmute yourselves and speak. For a variety of reasons, I have embarked on a cleaning and sorting binge, both in my office and then this file cabinet I have upstairs in the garage attic. And I've been going through things. I found, all kinds of treasures. Cassette tapes of bands that I was in back in my misspent youth. One of them was with a good friend of mine, a high school buddy, and my twin cousins, who were 6 months older than I am. They're both deceased now. And I found that and converted it to MP3s so I could inflict the pain of that group on other people. But distant cousins, including the sisters of my twin cousins, they'd never known that we all played together. And so they were curious about this band. And my friend Jimmy, who was in it, he actually had pictures of us performing. So I got, now have those. But other thing, then I converted them and threw them in the trash so that the kids would never have to deal with these. I also went through, when I went through the file cabinet, I found all kinds of manuscripts from books that I'd written that I'd edited up, and I don't know what I was saving them for. I didn't know, maybe the Wilmington College archive would want my papers as if I was James Michener or somebody. So I loaded them all up and took them down to the burn pile, along with a bunch of term papers I'd written that I thought someday I might make a really great magazine article. One was on biblical personages in the characters of Moby Dick. It was fascinating, let me tell you. I sat and read it again down by the fire. But I must have taken 7 or 8 huge garbage bags down in the back of the cart and put them on the burn pile and burned them up, including old computer disks, the big ones like that, and let them go. But I was thinking a lot about why had I held on to all that stuff for so long? Part of it, I'll claim genetics. My dad held on to everything. I still have boxes of his stuff up in the garage attic. But there's a feeling of connection, I think, with the past. But it can also be a hindrance. And I realized those things were just taking up space. And they hadn't become a hindrance to me yet, but they might. And if something happened to me, they'd certainly be a hindrance to my kids, who would have to sort all that out or throw it out. Yeah, just they probably wouldn't look at it. But I was reminded of Isaiah, where in Isaiah 43, where it says, "Forget the former things, do not dwell on the past. See, I'm doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? I am making a way in the wilderness and streams in the wasteland." And I thought about that as I thought about my clearing the past out, at least in both in a metaphorical and a literal way. Am I able to see the new thing that's being done? And I thought about the times that we live in, especially with the pandemic, and how we are learning to do so many things in a new way. This weekend, we'll be having a wedding in a new way, socially distanced wedding with masks and a reception. How's that going to go? How we do church in a new way with Zoom, and what we're being called to do. Now, I have to admit that I am very comfortable with old ways. I like my routines. I like knowing that there's a file cabinet, or formerly knowing there was a file cabinet up in the attic that had all kinds of stuff from my past there that as a touchstone. But did I look too much to the past instead of letting God invite me to the future? Horace Pointing, was a British Quaker, wrote in 1946 about the art of living. And he said it must be studied. It calls for imagination so that every advance, every change is not merely a difference, but a creative act. I thought, so how am I living in this time? My art of living, is it not just a difference, but an advance, a creative act? The soul, he says, hungry for God is fed. Life itself takes on new meaning. Thus it is we break from the confines of the prisons we have built around ourselves. And so I thought about that as I was cleaning, and the verse from Isaiah. What does this time mean for West Newton, our faith community? What new things should we be opening ourselves to? When we would meet together every Sunday in our nice building, in our comfort, with the rituals that we have, even though we Quakers say we don't have rituals. It felt very safe and secure. And then all this has happened, and we've been adapting. But instead of merely adapting, is this perhaps God doing a new thing and offering us new opportunities? Are there creative acts we can have as a congregation to say, well, we can't have Sunday school down in Mills Hall. Is there a way we could do something together on Zoom one night a week? What about our how we'll do with the Carol Mills Fund of giving away $10,000 a year to needy organizations? What organizations this year, Quaker organizations, might really need our help because they're struggling financially? How do we move from looking at the past and longing for it to come back, which it's not going to do in quite the same way, to what is God calling us to do now? What new adventure? Quaker Edmund Harvey also wrote, Jesus remains and life goes forth from him still into our lives, bringing hope and forgiveness and healing, a new vision and a new spirit. So it's been my hope as we wrestle with these times as a congregation and people of faith, scattered as we are, we just need to look around this Zoom call and see that we're not all in the same place or in the same county or in the same state even, but we're together in a new way with a new vision and a new spirit. And perhaps we have a new ministry before us. Forget the former things. Do not dwell on the past. See, I'm doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? I am making a way in the wilderness and streams in the wasteland. Well, as we come to the end of our time, I'm going to invite people to, in the spirit of doing a new thing, if you could unmute yourselves for a minute, and maybe we could just say our names and where we're zooming in from, so we can get a feel. Not everybody may know everybody else. So I'm Brent Bill. I'm not West Newton Friends Meeting, regardless of what it says under me. And I'm zooming in from the farm between Mooresville and Plainfield.
And I'm Nancy Bill. And I'm with him.
And I'm John Heschelman, and I'm zooming in from Gasburg, Indiana.
I'm Dan Berger, and this is
Chris Kyle.
Kyle, and we're zooming in from the kitchen in Hendricks County, Indiana.
I am Caroline Jeanette. I'm zooming in from Sully, Iowa, a former West Newton Friends member.
I'm Norma Gaston, West Newton Friends, located just about 2 or 3 miles from the church.
I'm Lynn Mills. I'm coming from Canby, about a mile from the church.
I'm Steve Mills, a member of West Newton Meeting, a socially distanced 7 feet from Lynn, broadcasting from Reynolds Road, a suburb of Canby.
I'm Sue Agan, West Newton Friends Meeting, and I am in my home in Plainfield.
I'm Chip Pearson. I'm zooming from beautiful Mars Hill, Indiana.
I'm Joseph Mishko, and I'm zooming in here from Greenwood, Indiana.
I'm Christy Rubin. I'm zooming in from Belleville, Indiana, which is south of Clayton.
I'm Dinah Geiger. I'm a member of Fairfield Friends, and we live in Gosport, Indiana now, on a little lake in Owen County, and I'm sitting in my recliner.
I'm David Mills. I'm socially distanced, about 1,100 miles from Stuart, Florida. West Newton Friends member for about 77 years.
His brother.
It's Sylvia's brother.
Well, it's good to see you all, or your name on the screen. We're blessed that we could be together this morning, and so blessings on you all, on us all this coming week, and we'll be in touch.